on the beat.
Tia, make I wonder what the Matthew, Matthew, Swapende Satura, for you go to your Abatia. No, me I never know. Tiado, never sano. Take up my domain. May I ever wonder? Was it on my domain? Make an exit to the moon. Yeah. Tiawa. For the Basilia. Women on the Quaco Kawato, women on the Quato Kapo. Say Wakuna Apulatia, yet Yaro never sano, Ponticane, or Basatiava. I don't know. Tell the day, Yane. Massimaye, so Massimaye. Tina Sabe, Megadra. She won Tina Segadra. Get a better what you are. Get a me yet you are. Get a me here. Abuma. The red. Sa. So. Sa. Good. Yago no faka de yasi. Apo kono ko. She went to the war. I put the saddle. We put my dress on. What men okay? Ye men so ye look up on her. She went with away. But I got people that go without it all. We put my tear. Let's get a load of baba. Oh, yeah, also. Be a my baby to Conasoka. Make a back on the Albatea. Mother, wait, where the bed. Tiaba. Mother, want ya. I put Tiaba. Tiatua. I put it there. Make a Tiao. Apulatia. Apulatia. Tiado, Meganeo. Who called Rabbas in a Tiara? Bacaroba, Nasia, Menuanaco. Tosawatufa. Montatia, Wena. Banana people, Toku Sare, Yayakuna. Maya. Huh? Who's that? Mr. Koiwan. This way. Calling us. Ramen. AKA Chani Paul. Yet I don't know. Make a tiaba. Saka men on a saka tiaba. Cameno for ye kuna tiaba. More for the blue. Kakogati yene kapane. Mare bari ye kapane. Saudwe. Mare tanchi. Equally pleba. Kodia wabo. Tiano nebusano. Korobasia tiawa. Tia. Kakotila. Kakokorobasia. Wana ye tuka. Meba para ye tuso. Meba para ye ayidane tusabe. Abutiaba. Kakotiende. Me for the putine takwale. Opo akra wasawe. Take a Saturday, Kasauba. Say but we are now. One follow we are now. Yeah, more we are now.
G on the beat.
G one you know now. You know you the burger. G one you know now. You know you the burger. The burger. G one you know now. Mega ya pisa gune. We are going to break it. Me kuno bane. Why we on the breaker? Na puyo kwa po wa ma the breaker. Na puya nyekwe. Kanwa kwa o the bra. Kawaga breaka. Koda preposa dola. The breaker sara. The breaker sao. Chimo ye na the breaker. You're not the broker. The broker is more a bang. Go ahead and look at me. Make an attack, boy. Like a pedrocan. Tole to good name. Yes, so talented. Jeff, my men who wobble. I don't know where Paula. Yaquaya come no crew. Kaya, zero kai wala, kaya kala zero kalsaran, number jugo, yenano debro kalo, zero kalsao.
Let me welcome all of you guys that tune into the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show at this time. Let me first of all say I don't have a copyright to this music that I'm playing. Absolutely, I don't have a copyright. My friend and brother Samukai Dole, welcome. I will advise that you guys share this show. My friend and brother Jerry Dogley, welcome. My friend and brother Tukpa Akwali, welcome.
Gino now, Kapatuo, Gino Yeno now, Kapatuo. You want what's on a double? He did kill on a logo. Gino Yeno, not the breakable. Gino, not the breakable. I give it to you. One jacket, so, congrats. So I am going to copy. Yeah, what I will say. T1 guy no answer. Karaka we T1 Giano. Don't draw 1 year. I talk brother. So Karenya, so it's a woman. Gino Napo.
I don't actually understand this music, but the lyrics, the beat, it gets me rejoicing.
Don't make a sorrow.
My friend and brother Samuka Dollar, welcome.
I don't go. So. You Jamaica dog again. Tivero Jamaica dog again.
Absolutely, I don't have a copyright to this music that I'm playing.
You want this dog again? Quack baker. You know what to do, you know what to do. You know what to do, you want you know. You know what to do. Tell me what can be away. You want you know. Send away. You want you know. Cabedo men away. You want you know. Sade kaya man. Sade kaya man. Zekaya man. Cabedo men kaya man.
Let me say that for us here at this Magnificent Abraka Talk Show here, we will now change our time. I know that there have been many people have been saying that it will be necessary that we change our time because our audience back home, they are saying that it will be nice for us to do it 7:30. So tonight will be our last show running out late at this time. The next time you will see us here tomorrow, it will be at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. That will be the time that will be coming on now, moving forward. But before that, let us entertain you.
Is going on a track. You arresting party chairman, putting him to pick up ball, running behind people. This is not good for all of us. Whether you are a United Partisan, you are a sedition, you for ANC, you for Liberty Party, this is not good for our democracy. You cannot come to silence our voices, and we will not get silent. We will constructively engage the process. We need to stop this. And even you, the media, you need to be saying truth to power now. Yesterday, during Georgia government, you were all in the corner showing everything. You were flagging everything here yesterday. Is that an attack on the media? Well, that's not an attack. I'm informing the media of their responsibility. And we know them back. We reported our story. Yeah, we know about you. Reporting fairness about you. Is that a question? No, but we know our role. You don't need to remind us about. So I'm telling you that forget now. So you don't need to tell. So I'm telling you, you need to make sure. You need to take it back. I'm not taking anything back. I'm telling you what you're supposed to do.
But you don't need to tell us.
Let's go back now to Braga. Let's go back to Braga.
So what does mean, President George? The former President George Monrovia has left the court. So what this means to you?
Sorry?
Former President George Monrovia just left the courthouse. So what this means to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
What it means to me?
Yes.
President Weah is a man of peace. You saw what he did? He just came.
And the process has not ended yet.
He is doing it.
The process has not ended yet.
The process has stages. The process has stages.
He just signed a bond for the
So your political leader has President George Weah cannot sign bond. He's not the one to sign a bond. So there are processes that leads to that. So we have our legal team. I don't know that. I mean, they will speak to that. The legal people will speak to that. I cannot speak for the legal people.
But
I'm not aware.
So why are you so hopeful about them being released? Your police being released?
They will be released. I'm telling you.
What's the surety?
My surety is Jesus Christ. The Holy Spirit. The angels are here working on our behalf. The Holy Spirit will free them.
Yes, so there are so many views.
My next action, if they don't free them, we will send the Holy Spirit to attack Waka that is not doing the right thing.
Yeah, there are
our
so many
angels
views.
will fight them.
There are so many views, and a lot of people are saying that you look so afraid.
You look so
afraid, and now you are calling the name of the Holy Spirit.
Well, didn't I tell you on the day I came here that the Holy Spirit was my lawyer? Didn't I tell you that Jesus was my lawyer? Is there any other lawyer that better than Jesus? You think the way some of you don't believe in your relate? I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Trinity God.
Does it move so far to being too much in the spirituality? Is this what you're saying?
No, I have always been, yes, Jesus is the best witness. Jesus is a... Well, I don't care, but you don't have, you're not in the courtroom. Where the proceedings go, the side I can go people to the bathroom quickly, and the side I lose me. We told you yesterday, in all honesty, that this is based on lies, innuendos, and misstated facts. And we have identified a series of them. We understand where the case is going. And there's nothing there. It's a mockery of justice.
So from the witness testimony today, are you convinced that you still have a strong case?
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent.
You understand that your post as young connection with you?
Yeah, the only people who can associate that post with fire are who are ignorant and not well researched. When you have a mindset, you try to develop anything to that mindset. So you go in with a preliminary mindset that you got to be Koffa. So anything Koffa say will be integrated. Call me for what? When? No, I'm no call for no police IG. Tell him not to call me.
Why should he call you?
It's a waste of our time. Waste of our time. And it's something that we need to talk about. You can't bring a police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times testifying lies, saying that I am charged because I was sitting in a car. According to him, I heard conversation. I didn't report it. Is that why you waste my time? But we'll sue the government after this. Yeah, it's a waste of my time. I sat in the car. According to him, I sat in the car. I sat in the car where people were talking. Yeah, they now reported to the police. Is that my business? If it was that, is that why you waste my time? He put me into South Beach for what? Because according to him, I sat in the car. This is our waste of our time. But we are here. We're going to follow this thing to the logical conclusion.
Wasn't there video evidence that you were sitting
he said he heard a recording from open source.
But you know the people don't have a case. The source of lies for help. Lies for help. Help. How crazy that would be, even when I don't have sense, to use my official vehicle for my colleagues and I to be in and talk those senseless things that I heard. It's senseless. No video evidence. Nothing. It's just our right. Everybody know our right official 15. So to just jump and say we're in official 15, that's a myth. I think I charged because I'm a partisan and a strong fan of George Weah.
You think that's why you're charged?
I think so, because I said if you follow the political discourse in the country, back in the days when George Weah was president, people used a lot of different statements on George Weah in this country. Derogatory statements on George Weah. But I did not. I said George Weah is my president. And George Weah is my president. I remain and I stand on that. That's what I believe. So that's my charge. If you learn to the end of the tape, that's my charge. Because I listened to the argument here. There's no argument. There's nothing you see the discussing on me beside that. And people was in my official vehicle called SOR 15. That's my plate. SOR 15. So you can go and say I saw Abu in SOR 15 and apparently people was in the car. Yeah.
Mr. Kamara, all of the charges that you say is a blatant lie from the country.
Lie for help.
Thank you. So even the
for help.
The car is a lie.
What? I said lie for help.
Why you see the police?
Go and ask them because they got a motive.
What would you get arrested?
Well, wait until after the judgment. Wait after the judgment and you know I'm arrested.
And the question, yeah. Everybody is stupid. Nobody is stupid. I'm expressing such anger on the basis of the nonsense that happened on Capitol building. And the question, but those who burn the building are the 1 year.
Why you say so?
I guess why you ask why I said so, because, oh my man, the government got evidences. The boy from how you call him, the now office that went to the police out there expensive. Yeah, you know. That's generally a part of the story. I'm not really angry, just got some some people who not reach me. And I'm not angry. I am not angry though. That's your interpretation. You cannot judge me as to whether I'm angry or not. I'm talking and say I'm not angry.
Our mother is gone. She cannot justify how I treated her because she don't have the chance to talk. But I know that I treat her Mother Nessedo with respect and honor.
What we are doing to me, say, I tell you, I'll cry.
Come on, please.
I'll cry. I went to wear office. I'll go.
Joy, we are now who they say that's your son, your husband's son now. He the one you went to Equa school, you won your case, and he didn't give you your money.
Yeah. You say how many times you not see we are there when you were president?
You saw him 1 time, 2 times.
1 time.
When he had a PR thing to do,
Yeah.
not because of her visiting him. She went to see him over 10 times, but he never saw her.
He refused to see me. So me and Mr. Black went there to him 11 o'clock
In the morning.
in the morning. Before we see we are 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.
Yes. So we went there to him, and that he is speaker for us. For we are to our, pension, our small thing on it. He said no.
I will see the ginger who walk on here. On all the ring. Now, some been be up. They both can be laughing and all you say. They seen they some minister can be laughing and say, my market getting ratty. People not buying. Who fought for Joseph Parker who say, things are coming before. Now, some fucking they can be for me. But we're going through it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It will be better.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you. How is business?
Yes, very rough.
What made business work?
Because they're not repaying the people. They're putting it taking pay. They're not repaying. And they put the sack. Don't work for the people. They are such a paying the people.
George Weah. What do you really do for George Weah? That we don't know. Carrasco, I want you to say that. If there's something that you're hiding, because in politics now, the president is different because you're not president at the time. We have learned the presidency that get involved in all kind of racial things, racial sacrifices and demonic things. What you and George we are doing that we didn't do, because I was in the bathroom. We talk about butt naked. And Eugene Nambe will go outside and say, oh, George, we are sleeping with Magalo in the bathroom now. They having Magalo because we're here. They can't wait for us to go outside so they can do the homosexual business. But it was not true. George, we and myself were laying, we ended up being in the bathroom, 2 hours butt naked. Our back out, they were hacking. So what are you doing different? Because I didn't get him blow jaw or bend over or whatsoever. What did you really do that making you so popular and made you so popular and so big? We're looking at you the last time insulting Unity Party. That Unity Party ain't get a place to stay. You're raising funds. Who are you? You're putting your mouth in the government and cursing people. What did you really do, Carrasco? What did you really do for George Weah that we didn't do? But because I know you and Fina Bondo, y'all live on talisman. Y'all live on talisman. Carrasco, you and Fina Bondo, y'all go to the dark world for y'all to.
What is your name? This is Jonathan. Okay, welcome to the media. What is it you portray?
I joined a revolution when I was 15 years when they came on my papa.
So you knew Senator Johnson?
Oh yeah, very good. The civilians are charged with them. And this is Johnson, and the Chatela, and the Dokoban, they are in more than a minute. I know all of them. For 15 years, when I lost my people, when I joined the revolution.
You want to come closer to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you 15 years when you joined the revolution.
Yeah, 15 years.
Okay,
when I lost my people, I joined the revolution.
So where did you meet Senator Johnson?
I met Senator Johnson. Now really, I was born 1984. When I was born 1984, and I joined the revolution in 1997.
Then you met Senator Johnson?
Yeah, almost. Senator Johnson almost come to Nigeria. After the marriage of Virginia Charles Taylor. And I know more.
What kind of person Senator Johnson was?
Oh, Senator Johnson was a great man. And I know he never got it today. Never worry. I will represent him. Because I know. And tomorrow when the God grace, tomorrow I will love for him. What is to do? Tomorrow lost. Even the cancer tomorrow, you see me lost. Tomorrow was a big warrior. Yeah.
That's very good. So that's it. We in the whole time of Senator Johnson. What is your name, sir?
Hello, sir.
Thank you. What is your name?
I'm Frankie Livingstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You part of the rebel group?
Of course, I'm a renowned rebel at the time. But now we converted to different things, sir.
What did you...
Let me go there across the board for me to be able to bring our panelists on. My friend and brother, how you doing? Zizi, you are muted. Zizi, you are muted. All right. Yeah. Yeah, my friend and brother Robert, how everything?
I'm okay. How are you? Thank you, AB.
Yeah, my friend and brother Zizi, are you hearing us? But we are not hearing you.
I'm not hearing Zizi.
Zizi, we are not hearing you. So, yeah.
Maybe you go and come, Zizi.
Yeah, maybe you can be able to go and come. Yeah, my friend and brother, welcome to the show. I mean, what are your opening statement before we go into the topic? What are your opening statement?
I just.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. You good.
Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, what is the opening statement before we go into the issues?
Okay. Yeah. First and foremost, again, as always, I'm grateful being on this platform, and also those of our listening audience, those who are following us via the social media. I also want to thank them for being on at this time. And I believe we are here to have a great show. Thank you.
My friend and brother Zizi, go ahead.
All right. Hello to you, AB, and my friend Robert. This is my debut. I want to say thank you for inviting me to your platform. I've watched you over the years for the political seasons, and I watched most of your shows, especially when you came on late night after all of the daily talk shows I've gone, and then you come on. Even though it was late, but I still tried to watch your show a little bit before I went to bed. And I want to say thank you. I want to say welcome to the viewers. My name is Zeze. I live in North Carolina. Just a little bit about myself, because this is my first time. Just to give you a little information about me. I was born in Bunjama, Lofa County. Both my parents are from Lofa. My father is passed now, but my mother is still alive. And so I was born in Bunjama, Lofa County. I lived in Monrovia before the war. After the war, I went to St. Patrick's High School, and by God's grace, I was able to come to the U.S. to go to school. So that's just a little bit about me. Maybe hopefully through the show or through the time I'm here, the audience will know a little bit about me as we go along. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, what is on your mind today? I mean, what is on your mind?
You asking me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the
Your opening statements, and then we can be able to go into the issues. Yeah.
Yeah, what's on my mind is just all of the training issues that's going back in Liberia. I always monitor the events unfolding in Liberia. We saw the president today opening the signing of the book of condolence for the late President Samuel Kedo and his wife. Uh, the the lawmakers who are in court, they need to validate their bond. If not, they will be rearrested and taken to court. The former president was also at the book of condolence signing ceremony, and a lot of different things. But those are the few that just trending for me right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, for me, what is on my mind? I mean, it have come to my attention about that book of condolence, for the former president. For the late president, I strongly believe that um, that I don't know who suggested that to the president and for the government to be able to embark on that journey. I mean, that was a thumbs up, really good thing for our country, for the reburial of Samido, because I strongly believe that Samido was not buried as a statement, and the government going back and be able to say, look, wait a minute. I mean, let us be able to carry on a reburial of this man, because this man he sacrificed a lot for our country. So I strongly believe that was a good thing for the government to be able to do. But as so ever being, I mean, we are here to be able to discuss all. But then let me be able to bring you guys a clip here, and then we'll be able to start with this.
Trying to come up. That's what I said to the president. I said, Mr. President, for me, I'm not United Party man, right? But this government, as long as I'm a local man, I'm from local county, and I'm a citizen, and I'm part of this government. I'd like for the record to state here, I support this government 100%. I support the president and his agenda. So someone will say, Thomas Fowler was saw a few months ago, like T-Fire, this is the T-Fire. So let the message go, Lofa is one Lofa now. We're moving in one direction. We are moving in one direction, except someone want to convince me why we should not move in one direction. Because I was under the water, I was under the river, right? So I know the creatures are out there. So you can't tell me about the creatures that are under the creek. So I was once under that creek, right? Yeah. So if you want to bring that argument, we'll discuss it later. Because I was under the creek, I know the creatures that are under that creek. But for this purpose, we are discussing Lofa County, the unity of Lofa, moving in one direction for the success. Because we believe our country is far beyond time when it comes to development. So for me, I tell people wherever I find myself, development is my hallmark. I like to leave mark. And if we say we're supporting His Excellency Joseph Yumapana, we must start. You see the tree has branches. The tree stem where it has branches. The branches are those that support the tree, the stem. So if our president for Lofa County is the father of the country, we too have our role to play. Maybe the minister, the director, the representative, the deputy speaker. If all of us put support around him, really Lofa will develop, right? Yes. So that's why I said I will take the lead. So that we can push my nephew, my uncle, my minister, my director, all of us are.
So what do you guys make out of Thomas Fowler statement? Let me start with you, Mr. Zizi. What do you make of his statement?
Well, it be politics is dynamics, and people take political calculations. So Thomas Fowler being kicked out of the CDC, he's trying to maneuver. I see somebody who's eyeing the senatorial position for 2029. He's trying to stabilize himself. He's trying to pair himself or align himself with the president vision, and invoking the Lofa solidarity. But there's a tactical move that he's making, and I see this as a political game. Maybe he might mean it for the long term that he's actually in favor of seeing the development of Lofa County and Liberia as a whole based on the president's agenda. But from the political situation that he found himself in, he's trying to align and realign, as they call it in politics. So that's how I see it.
You said that he is adding a senatorial post in 2029.
Yeah, as a
So are you saying that he and Brennan's going to be eye to eye in 2029? Is that what you are telling me?
AB politics don't have brothers and sisters. So the weakest link right now is Joseph Jala. We all know that he and Brandon Samaka might be on a colliding course. So I see him making his moves. So when you see somebody like talking about development, and first when he wanted to become a representative in Foya, you saw the same tactics that he carried on there. Now he's in Salaye. So the next place will be another area in Lofa County. So this is like a political calculation that I see, from a political lenses that I see. He's trying to position himself so that when that time comes, all these things that he's doing can be retrospected to say, okay, Thomas Farah was one of the developmental giant behind the president. So I think that's what he's doing right now.
Okay, my friend and brother Rob, what you have to say about do you really understand? Do you really think that Tifa is the real Tifa, as he is screaming for?
Yes, yes. T5 is a real T5. I've been knowing Thomas' father since 2005, before 2005 to start. He's a very loyal person. He has been loyal to the CDC, but I think the CDC didn't do well by suspending him. I think they
Yeah,
actually,
expelling,
yeah, even
expel.
expelling him. Yeah, even expelling him, I think they didn't do well, because they vote, those votes that CDC got from Lofa, it was because of Thomas Fowler intervention. You know that. Thomas Fowler, who have been very supportive, Thomas Fowler, who have been waiting to be with the CDC, assuming CDC wouldn't have taken this decision they took. But in terms of the political calculation, this is how, in my mind, I think it is going to be like. All right, if I may predict, if for any reason Thomas Farah is not going for the Senate in 2029, he might likely go as vice running mate to Jeremiah Pankun, assuming the president is not contesting in 2029. So his presence need to be felt. So he's doing everything possible, making sure that he remain one of the most prominent person politically in Lofa. That if you are to choose somebody or if you have to make a decision in who becomes the person to take, you should be thinking on Thomas Farah. So Thomas Farah might likely go as senator. I'm not very sure of that. I know Brandy might likely go. And I'm sure when it comes to the people of Lofa supporting a vice um,
Senator Baraji.
presidential candidate, it might be Thomas Farah. So it becomes a win-win situation. He will definitely support Brani, and the people of Lofa will support him to become the vice president. On Jerry, assumingly the president is not in the race. That's why
It think that would be a real good calculation that the unity party that our party will be making.
Yeah, but that's the calculation. That's how it is. So because the thing is, you have with the 15 counties in Liberia, you have 5 counties. And when it comes to numbers, 5 counties. So when you can have 2 of those counties with you, definitely it means that you're going somewhere. So the 5 counties, you have Nima, you have Lofa, you have Mangib, you have Basso, you have Mosrado. Okay, those counties, they are are those counties that make you become something. The rest of the counties are important, I agree, numerically, but once you have those counties with you, trust me, you actually stand a chance of winning. So, and no one wants to leave Lofa out. Lofa number have always been significant. I told you before, I said it on this platform. I have worked in Lofa for 5 years. I work in all of the towns and villages in Lofa. 5 years. It is a number county. I also work in Nimba. You cannot overlook those counties when it comes to numbers. So when you have the people of Lofa saying, okay, for Brani, definitely they will go for Brani, because they actually, the sympathy vote say, okay, Brani, you are senator, but if Brani give it to you, you can't get it. Okay, you know what? Then Brani in return will say, you know what? For the vice president, you're support to my father. So that's the political theory. So that's it.
All right. Okay. Let me come here. Let me come here.
Others were executed. We are told that they did not have 13 polls.
So welcome to Spawn TV, your name, ma'am?
Elfrida Stewart Tamba.
Okay, you're welcome. So kind of bring up to speed regarding to the official ceremony, signing ceremony between the Liberia Baptist Theological Seminary and that of the April 22nd memorial group. So bring up to speed today.
Okay, so right now we are looking at the polls. You have your camera on the polls? Okay. These are the polls on which our fathers were executed. We are told that at that time the government did not have sufficient polls. So some of the men were kept in a bus and they watched the execution of their friends and family members, and then they were then taken from the bus and taken to the polls to be executed. So like we said, we were able to obtain these polls through the kind cooperation of the former Minister of State for Special Projects, Minister Chokon Hui. Okay, so in that public manner over there, and here we want to recognize that cooperation, he and the former president, their cooperation at that time with respect to the polls. Okay, so come and see the construction work has started.
Okay, so what folks see this Spawn TV, we currently here at the Baptist Seminary, where in the official signing ceremony, here today at the Baptist Seminary, where so we are not making our way at the site where the polls will be planted in memorial of their late fathers and could.
This is the construction work ongoing, and this is our engineer, our architect, and can you explain the work?
Yeah, this project is going to consist of a mausoleum and a future plan we have a research center at the back there. But right now, constructing the mausoleum, I will carry the grave and the fence. So we have a two large facing the lagoon and the sea there. Yeah. So the
So Liberia is that's the reason why I told one of my friend and brother that Liberia is a place. Liberia is not a country. Liberia is a place. Amen. So in our country, according to the lady, Trokonkwi, he was the minister of state during George Manawia time. I guess that most of you guys know Trokonkwi. Trokonkwi was the one who gave the lady or who gave the Baptist seminary the authority for them to be able to have access to those polls. And those polls were the poll that they put the 15 or 16 people on.
13.
13, very good. 13 people on for executions. And
Samuel Doe.
You hear from the lady that in the past, that it was not 13 poll actually. But let me stop right there and be able to give the floor over to you, my friend Rob, so you can be able to. What comes to your mind when you hear these kind of stories? When you hear the kind of what's come to your mind?
So the thing is, Liberia has a very terrible history, a very terrible past. For me, I actually feel so bad that we are still living with impunity. Too many things happen. Too many things happen during the Civil War. Even up to present, you will be hurt by someone, and you have people coming and say, oh, yeah, leave him, man. Hey, man, leave him, man. And, hey, man. The thing about it is that an 1847 country, we should be at a level where justice should be at a point where people should know that you shouldn't commit crime, for example. Intentionally, people will wrong you and will say, hey, Ebi man, family will come and say, hey, man, you go to the Ebi man, the Bona Mine, or the Gena Mine, and it's wrong, all right? People should account for what they have done. People should be able to account for their stewardship. That's why you see this president.
But you think
This
President Doe was
president.
right though? You think he was right in executing these men on the poll?
Samuel Doe was wrong. Even when he's alive today, he was wrong. That's why you see, I don't maybe I don't know how do I say it, God himself, he doesn't sleep, right? Samuel Doe, the execution was not justifiable. Even executing him too was not justifiable. But at times, God have his own way of doing things. You are president already. You are the head of state. Why are you executing those people? To prove what?
To prove that there were massive corruptions.
What's that? So even exhuming they form guilty of corruption. Why couldn't you take siege of their properties? Why couldn't you put them in prison? Why should you execute them? Why? Why should you execute them?
But
It was wrong.
the Liberian at the time, they were jubilating. The Liberian at the time, they were rejoicing. The Liberian at the time.
They were not jubilating. Even right now, as we speak, you have people, the fact that
Are you saying that the
Abraham
Liberian were not
is
jubilating?
no,
Are you
no,
saying
no,
that
no,
the
they were
Liberian
not.
were not
No,
jubilating
no,
at the time?
no, they were not jubilating. they were coerced to do what they did because Abraham is the president right now. I will heal you. Even for the wrong things, I will heal you. It doesn't mean I'm healing you because you are doing the right thing. I'm healing you because you are doing the wrong thing. And what you actually want is to find people applauding you for what you are doing. So people were celebrating. Imagine people saying you came and my, you came and part. Does that make sense? Because it was the order of the day. So people will say you came and my, you came and part for you. In the case of former President Taylor. It doesn't mean they were excited about it. No, they were not excited about it. They were doing it because at the end of the day, if you refuse to jubilate, someone will see you and say, "Oh, Morris, like Morris Fatal, hello, Morris get DR." Who want to have DR with whoever comment? So you're definitely jubilate. You are jubilating, but you're not excited. No, that's the logic, AB. AB is president. AB said, "Oh, my man, you used to be my show. Our president, now why you not laughing?" I won't be problem. AB is all clapping. AB, that's the thing. And, so thank you. And, that's my point. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, brother. So what do you make of this? I strongly believe that the president said that the Ghanaians should be able to go to their court. I don't know how you call that court at the time, the material code of
Like the
justice.
EMCJ.
Yeah, the material code of justice. And the Ghana went to court, and the Ghana were found guilty, and they were executed on the pole. That is the pole today that the Baptist seminary people, it seems to be like all of the people who were executed, they were Baptists.
um, the first thing, AB, I want to like. I feel sorry for those people who loved ones were killed on the post because of corruption. And in our modern day Liberia, like corruption is like way to the roof. So why were they killed for corruption? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. But the thing that confusing to me is that this man killed the Pope because of corruption in less than 5 months.
but that's the
That
thing
man
I'm
was the
saying.
richest. That man was the richest president in a sub-region.
That's the thing I'm saying, AB. Like, and those days, like that day that those men were killed and the coup started the whole downward spiral for Liberia. Because if you're going to kill somebody for corruption, it means that you should be impeccable. Your government should set that precedent now that moving forward, corruption will not be given any chance in Liberia. So if Samuel Doe, who killed those people for corruption, was going to lay that marker that corruption is not will not have any place in Liberia, then our country should be way to the top of not only Africa but among the community of nations. But you kill people for corruption, and then your government became even corrupt than those that you kill. And now those people had to be living without with the sorrow of their people being killed for corruption, and then they see corruption in the open air in Liberia. You see how frustrating it is. You see how painful it is for the families of these people. So my thing is, and look, the most discouraging part is look how the poor were even given to the people. Like those are significant reminder of Liberian history that should have been kept in a museum, and those things should have been taken from the museum since the building the mausoleum to be able to honor them or to be able to give them some memorial. At least it would have been taken from a museum where it was kept. But look how the post looking. Like it don't even resemble like the original pose that those people were killed on. To say, oh, it's just like a replica of what happened. So let's just find few poles around and lay it down and say, okay, these are the poles that the people were killed upon. But the whole thing is just saddening for Liberia. It was one of the darkest moments of our history, and I believe probably with the Mussolini being built in their memorial, It might be some form of solace for the family, and also for Liberia as a nation to find some healing ground, as the president is doing now, doing the reburial of the two former presidents that were killed. From 1980, the whole thing is just like chaotic. You kill Tobo, somebody come kill you. You kill other people on the pool, and then other innocent people came and just died during the war, and we just continue
You
up
think
to now. Up
it think President Doe he did this out of ignorance? It think he did this out of ignorance?
Yeah, because at that time, Doe was not really educated. So the few people that was in his ears was like, we need to do this, because if not, these guys will come back to power, and they will get rid of us. I think from my own point of view, in going back in history, being that he wasn't that educated, the few educated among him suggested this idea, because though by himself would not have taken this decision to say, you know what, these people are corrupt. What do even know what they call corruption? Master sergeant in the army, what he really knew. So the few educated people that orchestrated whatever went on with the assassination of Talbot, saw people like Richard Herrings and all these top guys, and then this whole Congo and native thing at that time were playing out. So who know whether it was to get rid of the top of the Congo people, so that they could not, for the next 20 or 50 years, not surface again, to take power in Liberia. So that was some of the reasons that the few people who were educated around Samuel Doe felt that, you know what, let's get these guys for corruption. And you saw what happened. Took these guys to military court. All right, they didn't go through any kind of a regular or judicial process, but it was a military court. And you go to military court, who was there? Military people judging you. Military people judging civilian for corruption. So I think it was ill-advised, and for Samuel Doe, who didn't know much at that time, he just went with whatever was suggested to him, and that's what he did, which was
Yeah. So if I'm if I'm coming,
Coming.
if I'm coming briefly, right? It will interest you to know that people yet and still they are playing with politics. 1847, Liberia as a country, we as a people, we have never make progress because of this politics, quote unquote politics. You have politician comes in a minute, please. 1 minute, please, if I'm coming. You
Okay.
have politician coming in, they lie. They will lie to us, they lie to people, they get elected, and they actually turn it back on what they said they will be doing. In the case, for example, Ibrahim Darras Delon. Ibrahim Darras they don't lie, told the Liberian people. He lied to those of us who were in Monrovia, and he said he was going to remit any money he's going to make to the citizen of Monrovia. You're only going to take 5,000. He got elected based on that. That young man, I know he's a young man, old man. That fellow said he has how do you call it, rehabilitation center. No one can even question him. There where him and Sir can have some issues many at times when we meet physically. Because I don't like people lying, because we should be able to take it for your word. I try asking some legal people. Is it permissible in court? Because I actually want to take that young man to court for him to be able to actually remit the money. Because it was based on that you were elected. Is it permissible in court? I still trying to have some legal redress.
It's not.
And
It's not, my brother. It's not.
okay, you lawyer already.
Robert, when you say he lied, uh, Dylan had some committee set up based on I think county officials or stuff like that, right?
I don't want for us to base on Abraham Dillard,
Yeah, but the thing is,
No,
the thing is, the thing is,
it's just a case in
the thing
point.
is, you don't
It's a
just say
case in
somebody
point.
lied. When it comes to politics, politics is
politics
about convincing somebody to buy your argument.
This
So
is that is same
whatever.
politics.
No,
Getting people
what?
die from.
No, but hold on
Yeah,
now.
but people
You,
will
you
have.
can't just say somebody lie. The man campaign that he will take 5,000 and give the rest to the county, and I think he did that for however long I don't know, but he did remit some of his money, whether it was for a year or
Yeah,
two. He
Where's
did.
the money?
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Ask the people that was in charge of it.
I've been asking, woman. I've been
You asking the
asking for
wrong
every
people.
time.
You
you
asking the
No,
wrong
asking the
people.
wrong people.
I've asked himself.
No, the
He
thing.
himself.
How
For
do
every
you
time
know?
I ask him, for every
Uh-huh.
time I ask that young man is a
To
young
which
man, oh
medium?
man, there
To which
were
medium? To which medium you
oh
ask
yeah,
him?
yeah, very polite manner.
I said
We
through which
usually
medium? Like, do you see him face to
in
face and ask him,
person,
or do you?
yes, in person.
And he doesn't give you
In
any response?
no, he actually gets angry. Hey man, it's like you
I mean,
actually
but now
wasting
your
first
war
of all,
is your war, and we don't know what Dylan did.
hey,
So
man.
that would be another
So
argument.
It's
But
so
okay.
so
I
I
don't
just laid the
yeah.
premise.
I
I
don't want
laid the
you.
premise.
The thing
I
I
laid
don't
the
want you.
premise.
But I strongly believe the execution of those young men at the times, it was actually wrong
It was wrong.
for the fact that our president at the time and just took over. I strongly believe that at that point in time, within less than 5 months, the man became the richest president in West Africa.
But if I'm telling you that the
How
man,
can you be able to kill someone for corruption? Then in less than 5 months, then you become the richest. From where?
that's the
Where?
irony.
Where? You know that is the reason why sometimes when I say that I feel so much bad. I feel bad about the way those politicians have treated our country. Let me real. Liberia, we have all the natural resources. If the government plan local places like Libya did not have the resources that we have today. But you could not find Libyans around Africa or around the world so easily.
I haven't
Because
even met a Libyan before. I haven't met nobody from Libya before.
uh-huh.
I haven't met no
so
one from
so
Libya.
so so to tell you how that
Zeze, have
government.
you?
Yeah,
Zeze, have you?
I met Libyans.
Okay, I haven't met Libyan before.
Yeah, so for me, I have not met a Libyan before.
I
With
met one or two.
all the way I have traveled from East Africa to North to West, I have not. To the United States, I have not. But I mean that is a different topic for another day. But I strongly believe that those politicians they did not treat the guys they are not treating our country fairly, and this is a time for all of us to be able to put hands together. Let us be able to detect when someone is lying. Let us be able to detect when someone is not saying the truth. But Liberian men, we are so hungry to the extent that
That's why I'm detecting it now. I've detected it. You say I'm a hand. When people lying for me, I get for me I can detect it very quick. Oh. That I can detect it. Oh. When people lying, I can detect it.
So the
yeah,
way you detected, like you saying, they don't lie. For me, I know that the first year he did remit some of his salary to there was a committee set up to manage that aspect.
That
But
man, he's a born liar.
the way
no,
you
no,
detected they don't lie, right? So what about the other representative that you support? What are the lies that they told to come to power? Because as Liberians, we shouldn't be hypocrites. If your own people doing it, point them out first before you point to Delon. Because I know
So
you.
listen.
I know. Hold on. Don't say so. I know you supported Tifa, right? Because he was a citizen. How did Tifa
Me?
get rich?
No.
You not a
No,
citizen?
please. No, please. Who's a citizen? Me? I
Eh.
will leave. I will leave Joseph Boaka and vote for a
Oh,
who's citizen? I'm citizen.
what?
My own data.
No, I have not been a sedition. No,
Oh,
Zeze.
okay, man.
So
Okay,
please take it
I
back.
take that back.
Please take it back
I
quietly.
take that back
Thank you.
because the thing is, I don't want you to when we discussing Liberian politics, let's put everybody on the microscope. That's how
No,
for me. That's what I do. Like I supported Dillon, but there are some things that he did I do not like, and I can point that out. You know, so it's good for us to have the political discourse, but the number one thing should be Liberia. And it's the case with every Liberian organization. AB, just let me just lay on this. It's not only about the politician, even the Liberian organizations that we have, right? If we all mean good for Liberia to be developed, everybody want to have their own ideas that they think is right. No, if somebody else have an idea that is right, I think we all should get behind it and support it. But if it's not me, it shouldn't be you. If it's not her, it shouldn't be her. Like that's the thing that is holding us back. And we'll not go nowhere with this kind of mentality of everybody trying to be in segments. When you talk about nationalism is somebody idea that makes sense to a lot of people and everybody follow that. But in Liberia, once it's not my idea or it's not the person I support idea, then I don't want to follow it, and that's where carry us nowhere. But for
Okay.
full disclosure, I supported President Boakai. I'm not a unity partisan, but
Okay.
I believe that he was the right person to lead us to the next century. So, just to
Okay.
get the building block, and then we can go on to the next
Okay.
discussion.
Okay. Let us go. Let us go here to the next topic.
They say a lot of negative things about us. Our deputy, if we can't do anything for ourselves, let's stop the friendship and do our work. Having said that, I don't think the winner is ready for the job. The first thing he came here, disrespecting all the law we made to tell all you want to tell all the law. And you couldn't even state the law. Because what? When people are appointed, they go and they don't learn what they want to go do. They come with bossy attitude. So we have to take the thing seriously. I will come to the law and the power he's trying to say. So let me tell you this.
Time for inquiry. Time for lecture here.
I have a comment in the question.
No, you don't kind.
The first thing is, Honorable Director, you went to the president to convince the president to come up with an executive order to make you more proactive, to register everybody. The constraint you're explaining here, did you inform the president about it? Then the next thing is, you didn't stop there before I went to the central bank for what the previous said here. And convince him to devalue our passport because you said you the one got the right and the sole right to do passport. Right? ID card, which is bigger than passport. Right? So over the law, our director was trying to say, let me say, because this is one law that I care in law and I follow it to the letter. The first thing, your functions, to 3.1, the general function of the registry shall be to design, establish, maintain, and administer import data system for the Republic of Liberia. You're supposed to do what? Get all the data for the biometric data and keep it. They be in your system, in your custodian. Then what you were talking about, so they will go further down to 3.2. D. It says to design your functions, the things you're supposed to do. To design, produce, issue biometric card, each with a unique identification number to be called a social security number. That will be able to be used by every citizen for passport, for what the thing mean, all the other things like birth certificate, death certificate, everything, right? And then the next function is to solicit funding. So we give you a very good tax. right? What you don't understand is cannot you so get power to say the passport. What you doing? The biometrics and that people doing what there. If you have a system for the year, length of time we are giving your this thing. If you have a system in place, they should come to you for our biometric and you sell it to them. They're not supposed to be doing it. So it means you greater than the passport, but you are the custodian of biometric. And the transport ministry, everybody supposed to come to you and negotiate with you. Then we come to the funding aspect. In the law, we say you can look for money. I was hearing you talking about you went to UN conference. You went other places, right? What have you? You're supposed to look for funding. They have the election commission they do. Before election comes, they are looking for funding and partners to make sure they be more proactive to do their job. You're supposed to come to us and say, this is my projection. But this year to this year, I want to roll up the 5 million plus Liberian in my system to be in my custody. But I need the Liberian legislators to allocate this money for me to do this work. Have you? When you want to school us about 1980? So let me tell you the next thing. Nobody let me say this with you. I think that people will think they will come there and play with us when we don't know what we're doing. Our people are suffering. Our people passing around complaining everything. When I will create this body, as this may be from here today, let the legislature make decision that the national identification card be free for 6 months for our people to access it. And we can go with voter registration card because we want them vote for us and we do it free. Why we get to the identification card free for them? Then you come with a budget, they put money there. Then you go to it, start suffering our people. It's not suffering our people. We can't continue like that. They all run everything.
I say so, but let me hear from you, Rap. Let me hear from you, Rap. You know, they are talking about the national identifications registry. They are talking about the registry that the president posted up to. Let me hear from you.
So the first thing, I'm disappointed in Mema Briggs Meza, the representative from Bone County, because the thing is, couple of countries I have traveled to, the issue of the national ID is the premier medium through which you transact in most countries. All right, it's not in any way that the national ID will be above the passport. No, for logic, I try getting it. I'm not still digesting what she's saying. The next one photo is that it is for revenue generation. Revenue generation, because the national ID, everyone in the country should be able to have national ID. And it is from that money they're going to pay them their 15,000 they are making. You know, they make a little over 15,000. It is from that very money. Because even foreign residents will also have access to it. The issue of the passport you're talking about, not everybody will travel in Liberia. Not everybody will get passport. Until God comes, everybody will not get passport. Those who need passport for
But do you think I mean, Mema Briggs is talking about the voter ID card was free, so the identification card should be free. But yeah, one thing Mema Briggs said that it should be a social security number. Do you think that registry able to compare our Liberian to get social security number? Do you think
No, for
so?
me, I think the only issue I have with national ID, they do not have security features on the national ID. They have barcode on it, but the barcode doesn't make sense. The barcode, you scan that barcode, is not telling you anything. So in my mind, I thought maybe they should be saying that, listen, the national ID should be it should be used for security purposes. All right. meaning when you scan that national ID, all of your biodata should come. That's what I thought. So once I have my national ID and you arrive at an immigration checkpoint and ask for a national ID and they scan it, even if you have to duplicate it, it means that I will be reading someone else's and biodata rather than they saying it should be free. No, it shouldn't be free. The issue of the voter ID should be free. Voter ID should be free because it's for voting purposes. They have something called resource mobilization. Right now, we have donor fatigue in Liberia and if possible all around the world. USA ID, you do not have USA ID in Liberia. You do not have USA ID in the world anymore. Most donors are actually going away. How do you raise revenue? So your resource mobilization strategy should be able to cut across. It should be able to cut across. It shouldn't be because you have citizens will be voting for you, for an example. So it means that the national ID should be free. No. So if you are making the national ID free, are you saying foreign residents should also go and get the national ID free? Everything cannot be free in Liberia. That's why you notice that people cry. Even if they go to JFK, they believe that everything at JFK should be free. Well, so how do you have a country and you just believe everything should be free? What do you see here? Everything should be free for what reason? We should be able to pay for services. Everything cannot be free. Even to pay for national ID is a problem. $5 is a problem. Maybe if you say the $5 is much, maybe can we reduce that amount from $5 to something? Can we look at efficiency and effectiveness? Assuming you take the ID, make sure when you take the ID, it should be able to come out right away. The same way when you do your voter registration ID card, you can get it on the spot. It should be town bound, real time uh, collection of an ID card. That's what I think they should be talking about, rather than saying it should be free, even if it is for 200 and Liberian dollars, for example. It cannot be free, AB. People need to pay for services. So how do you pay those from the NRR? How do you pay the NRA people? How will you be having things free in this country every time? No, it's wrong, honestly.
Okay, Mr. Zeze.
Yeah, AB. In Liberia, we don't do feasibility studies, and when somebody like it was just somebody idea, my man, probably is due to some level of security measures that they're trying to put in place to try to get Liberian identified. Let me go to the representative first. At the end of that rendition that she was doing, and I don't know why she was just aggressive. I don't know what about we Liberians, like, even if we are trying to make a point, we don't act as professionals to make our
No,
point.
she want to prove. She want to show to the people now that she
Yeah, but
know.
that it wasn't necessary. But then when I listen to that video, if you listen to that the last part of that video, she like, if we don't do Sonny, when election time come, I'll put on that vote for all. So all the advocacy you're doing are for election business for you to be re-elected. You see, those so you're not doing advocacy for the people, you're doing advocacy for yourself. But to the NIR, AB, we got 73 lawmakers, right? That's 73 districts. And then you got voting precincts. So the NIR should have did their feasibility studies to make this stuff very smooth. Because remember that the national ID card is not just for people going vote. Okay?
To be able to do it by district by district.
That's what I'm saying. So you do your feasibility studies, you got 73 districts, and then you got those voting precincts, right? So you go to every district, maybe you take 2 or 3 precincts in that district, you have the national ID registration in that area. How will you go to Bon County and want to get one center in Banga? So the whole county they're supposed to just come to Banga. So they didn't even do a thorough study on
Let
how
there should
this
be
whole nation.
there should be a code.
That's what I'm saying.
A code per county.
That's what I'm saying.
A code per county.
Look,
Yeah.
the national ID for the US is our social security card, right? Because even if your driver license, your driver license is based on your social security card, anything you do, you go open bank account is your social security card. That's the national ID for America. So if you're trying to have a national ID where you want to identify citizens of Liberia and residents of Liberia, you have to do that feasibility studies of how efficient you want to be, how the service delivery is going to be available to the people that want it. Like some people get a $5, they go sit on whole day, they can't get the ID card. You get only one center for whole county. Who does that? So I'm glad that the president had to put stop to it, because you can't put a measure in place that is not effective, because people won't register. You can't register them, and now they can't go to the bank to do their transaction. So it was a poor planning on the part of the national identity registry that just caused chaos, and just put the government name in some muddy stuff that they didn't have to.
What Rap is saying that look more concerning to me is that when you scan the barcode,
You see that kind of thing?
there is nothing showing but right, the security features supposed to be on the identification card, in that when you scan it, it will be able to tell you my full name, it will be able to tell you the county in which I took the identification card at, and be able to tell you,
the date.
it'll be able to tell you the date.
But AB, why you going to ask people to fill out form when you're not entering those data to reflect on the national ID card? That they see that talking about the feasibility study. Look, people just want to say they're doing something so the president can say they're doing something, and that one of the situation that with the registry people. You people go, you say, okay, fill out your bio data, where you were born, what country you from, your mother name, your father name. Then the positive ID card, when you scan it, they give you blank sheet. What's that?
I
It's
have
just
tried.
terrible.
I have tried in contacting them to see as to whether I can have conversation with them to see how maybe they could improve, because the national ID, the barcode is there. The barcode shouldn't just be
A blank
there.
barcode.
It shouldn't be a blank bar. The barcode is there for purpose. It should be able to, the barcode on the ID or most barcode, that barcode there is readable. All the information you have on that ID should be transmitted when you actually scan it. Okay,
But
when you
but
scan
Robert,
it,
Robert, the barcode, when you go somewhere they get you flyer, right? There's a barcode.
that is it. Yeah,
When you scan that barcode, where it can take you? And take you to the pool website or
nothing.
where no, I'm talking about the
No.
national ID.
It,
I'm talking about the ID. I'm asking.
oh,
I just
okay.
saying. I'm just giving an example. If you go somewhere, they sharing flyer, right? And you see a barcode there, it means that
That when
everything
you
about that
scan a
particular
barcode,
everything.
everything
Thank
concerning
you.
about that identical flyer, it will tell you.
Thank you. That's the reason about the barcode. But I grew up, they just create barcode. They say that barcode. You scan it, you can't go nowhere. So
Yeah,
I mean, like the whole thing was just a mess. Yeah, AB. The president did was to cancel that mess. They got to sit
absolutely
down
believe that.
and
I
replay. Like I said, you got 73 districts. You have stations in those districts, and maybe you can break it down into 2 3 stations in the various districts. The district that are not much, maybe one. The district that is larger, maybe two. At least the people in the rural areas, they can be now able to go to where they used to vote. Maybe you get it to a voting precinct. They can go to where they used to vote, get it the same day, go there, take the voter ID, your ID in your hand, you go by a business, you go on your farm. But somebody who got to leave from their farm and go all the way to Vonjama, especially if you're in Lofa. So if I'm in Lofa, I'm in Black Blasso where I grew up, and the the national ID center is in Vonjama. So I got to leave from Black Blasso to go to Vonjama.
that would be it.
What the cap is? So the $5 you want for the $5 that you want from the people, you now put more burden on them with transportation. So you see, it was not really planned. If it's in their district, it's someone that are walking distance. Someone that can just take motorbike and go get registered and come back. But poor planning in Liberia is a hallmark, and I mean, it was a good thing that the president was able to cancel. Put her to it so that they could go and restructure their whole thing instead of embarrassing the people then for nothing. Just sitting there in line for almost 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and they tell you go come back tomorrow. What's
So
that?
so 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 your suggestion is that so I want to get something from out of this. So
Yes.
your suggestion is the 73 district within Masorado.
No, Monrovia
No,
got
within the
70
country.
districts. The country got 73
Yeah,
lawmakers, which means it's
yeah,
73
yeah, yeah.
districts.
73
With
representatives.
yeah,
That's a
73
Yes.
senator.
yeah, 73 representative. So are you saying that it will be necessary that we divide those content into zones?
So the country is already divided into zones. They are districts, right? So maybe like Bon County got like seven, I think seven
No,
districts.
no, I'm talking about in dividing the country into zone, wherein you will be able to do Maserado along with Magibi.
It will be how
Then
it be.
then you'll be able to do Bapolu and Cape Mount. Then you'll be able to do is that something that you are talking
Okay,
about?
okay. If you want to do it that way, it can still be done by districts, right? Because let's say you take Monserrado and Magibi. The thing about it is you don't want to cost burden the people again because they're already paying for the ID card. So let's say you're doing Monserrado and Magibi and you got two centers. How you think the other the people going to register?
Yes.
So
So
my
If
point is, but this will be my suggestion. If the resources is not there to do it, then leave it until you find the resources. But the most effective way to do this registration, because imagine a 1 month old baby has to have that ID card. So you're trying to create the it's a national identity system that you're
identification
creating.
system, yeah.
Okay, so even a 1 year old baby fingerprint will be taken and her ID card made. So as she's growing up, that number is her number. That's what I'm saying. It's more like the social security number here. So what you do is to make it cost effective and very efficient. You got 73 districts, which is the 73 lawmakers. So every district got precincts where the people can go vote. Okay, so some districts you just got maybe two polling centers. So the NIR can divide the country in the 73 districts, have their representative station in those districts so that it make it easier for people to come and register. So for example, if you live in Kakata and the center is to Marshall, you don't have to travel from Kakata to Marshall. Your district in Kakata is where they have the center there. You go from Kakata, you go to your district office, you go register. And you see, so for me, it will be easier that way and very effective. And people get it the same day, so that you cut down the overcrowdedness of the centers. Because if everybody going the same day they getting it, then as time go by, it will even say be just free and less hassle. But if you just want to do it in bulk, where most rather might give you then get it into two centers, you just creating burden for the people when it comes to transportation. So the father outside so pay, you making me to pay more than $5.
yeah,
That's how I
yeah,
see it.
so
Robert, what's about you?
yeah, I think Cece actually stressed a couple of good points, but on the overall, what I do know is that we already have a roadmap. National Elections Commission, they already have those designated points
Thank
that
you.
that, that he actually talked about. So in addition to that, you need to be able to use the health facilities as well. So
Mm-hmm.
health facilities should be included. Right now, they are also included GSM companies where you have, loan side, orange, services. You actually have agents assigned it. So I think they should make it much more better than that, than what it is right now. That's one aspect. The most important part of it, it has to do with community entry. People should be sensitized about national ID. You need to have people in the villages doing for town hall information. You need to have on radio jingles need to be played.
All
People
those
should know the
things.
importance of the national ID. Okay. So with those method put in place, you will have people coming in and it will be much more easier. And you have too many people doing having the voter ID within just no time. And I don't know whether the timing of the voter ID is right in terms of the 7 years, because when you take the voter IDs for 7 years, it's valid for 7 years. When you take the voter ID, it's valid for 7 years. So I don't know whether the time is right. I do not know about that, but I think they need to.
Not everybody voting though. That's the
No,
thing. They said
sorry,
it.
sorry,
They
not
said
the
it
voter ID. The national ID. Sorry, the national
7
ID is
years.
valid for, yeah, it's for 7 years when you take it, because I have it now. It's valid for
Oh,
7 years. I don't know whether the years okay, but in my mind, is their own honest and it's okay. It's good with them. But I think they need to deploy much more mentor, much more strategy. They need to have more equipment, train more people in the health facility. Even if you include it in the bill, and all
yeah.
those things need to
Because
be done.
I think the 7 years is because I mean people are
Okay.
dying every day. So after
Okay.
7 years, so the person who doesn't renew their ID, maybe
let
they
me have to
take
go
you out
to
of the
our last
database
talking
or
point.
something. So
Let us be able to go to our last talking point.
I'm happy. I'm okay. So you can get that from a lawyer.
Are you prepared to prove you're innocent now at the criminal court A?
The lawyer will tell you all that. Right? So the lawyer will speak to you all that.
So let's talk to Councilor Cheneto Masakwe.
No, I'm not disappointed, not at all. That's a procedure, right? So the essence or the purpose of preliminary hearing is to establish probable cause.
But deep down into your hand, do you think the court established probable cause in connection to the charges against your client?
Well, the matter has just begun, right? So the matter has just begun. So this court has limited jurisdiction, right? It is limited to preliminary hearing. So in the court wisdom, right, say they have established probable cause. Well, they have been transferred. We go to criminal court that has authority to adjudicate this matter, right? And then we go to the matter, and they got to prove the matter there.
Do you think the state have sufficient evidence to win your client?
I don't think so. They don't.
So why didn't happen here, Councilor?
Have been transferred to criminal court A. They are now going for a possible indictment. Are you not talking about that?
I'm not sure at all. The indictment is just an allegation, right? Just statement of allegation, right? And with that statement of allegation, the defendant are presumed innocent until the contrary proof. 1, 2, they has the burden of proof. The state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, in establishing this matter. So the indictment does not amount to conviction.
For your account, they prove that you have a strong defense in this matter.
Yeah, we do. We do. Reasonable doubt, right? And so they have the burden of proof. That burden of proof remain with them until this matter is established. Right?
Are you going to the Supreme Court, Council?
We have not reached the Supreme Court.
But you took exceptions.
Took exception where
to the ruling.
It is a requirement of the law that the procedure.
Okay, so
that's a procedure.
Okay. Yeah. So what do we expect for your legal team at this point? Looking at all of.
So the entire case, this gone week, we saw the prosecutions said that the bond did not meet the requirement, the required bond for the
value.
The value for the full representative, for the full accused. The criminal court A turned it back to the circuit court. Now the circuit court is saying, wait a minute, if you guys cannot be able to bring the raffle bond by the 24th 9 a.m., you guys will be rearrested and be sent to prison. What you have to say, Mr. Zizi?
That's the legal procedure, AB. The thing about it is, I don't know why the circuit court judge uh, transferred the case without evaluating at the bond even.
They not meet the
Uh,
requirement, right?
yeah, did not meet the requirement. Like somebody misstep somewhere,
Yeah, there
and
was a foul play.
that's what I'm saying. You know, Labrador is always like that. You know, and we try to put our trust in the judicial system, but somebody don't just go and tell you say, oh, I get horse in looking time you 300,000. Then you don't verify nothing. Then you accept it for face value. And the prosecution was right. Because if it had gone forward, if arguments were started at the criminal code A, then they couldn't have done anything about the bond. So when they raised that objection with the judge, and the judge went and reviewed the bond and knew that there was some misstep somewhere, that's how he sent it back. And it's now left with the defendants to be able to provide, the requisite bond value to meet up with the 400,000 that is set for them. If not, they will be rearrested and taken to central prison. So
But you
there's
think,
not.
but you think that method that the so-called law-abiding lawmaker did, but then falsifying, because that's falsifications.
Maybe
But then falsifying
excuse me.
uh, uh, that the bond was a real bond that it made out of the requirement. But then the prosecution went to check, and then they don't meet that requirement.
Forgery is an issue in Liberia. So I don't know, based on the law, if the prosecution could have charged them for fraud on another charges or something like that, because you take a oath, right? You take oath that whatever you presented to the court is true and nothing but the truth. So if it come to find out that you lie, then you committed perjury, so you can be charged for that. So I don't know what the ramification for falsifying documents is in the courts, but I know that it is a legal offense. And again, if they cannot prove the bond value, the time that was specified, I think they should be arrested and taken to jail. That's just the law. Now
My
the law
friend
is the law.
Rob, what you have to say about this?
Yeah, so I think over time when it comes to bond had just been taken face value as seen to be corrected, right? But the fact
Yeah,
that measure are being put in place right now. Central Bank is saying before bond is filed, you need to cross check with them. They need to validate the processes leading to that. So what the um, prosecution team did, in my mind, I think it was the best thing. They needed to verify, but what I do know is that that bond will be valid. Of the timing given, like today, 9, the bond will definitely be valid. They are lawyers, and I think even if it wasn't right, and when it calls for them to have it updated, we'll definitely have it updated. But it's a precedence. So going forward, it means that before you file in a bond, that bond need to be legit, because at the end of the day, someone may want to challenge the bond. So that's what happening right now. All right. The prosecution team is challenging the bond. Say, listen, this bond 400,000 you guys do not have. So they will prove today in court. So when they prove in court, then definitely the process will actually begin. So I want to believe that yes, all of those guys in questions, former Speaker Koffa and the rest of the three lawmakers, they are people with valuable assets. I'm sure they are actually going to populate or update that bond. And yes, the process going to start from it. That's what I know.
AB, I thought it was today that they had to validate the bomb because they
Yeah,
went
yeah,
from
yeah,
Monday
yeah,
Yes,
to
yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah.
Today at
Today,
9.
today at
Because well,
Wednesday.
nine.
it's Tuesday. Oh,
But
Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
today,
Wednesday at
Yeah.
9.
Wednesday now. Okay, so it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
it's
that tomorrow
Wednesday
morning on
now.
their side. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wednesday now on that side.
Ah,
All
okay.
right.
Oh.
Let's
They
keep
better
our
go. They better
call
go
coming
Okay.
out.
validate. Hmm.
Let's keep the call coming out on 952 452 4848. That is the number to call. Once more, 952 452 4848. That is the number to call to be part of the Manation Abraka Talk Show. For me, Rap, you just talking about. I am talking about the process in which that the bond, because
Somebody,
the bond was fast. So that means that
somebody
they
shot
can,
people somewhere. AB. Somebody shot
yeah,
people somewhere.
yeah. That how it looking like to me, because it's like it's that they gonna did not come with a referral bond far to the law to the judge. Then the judge just came on there and just said, okay, yeah, that carry it.
I hear that.
But now they carry it now to go release them. But by right, that bond supposed to be checked, cross-checked before releasing this guy now. Because yeah, you want to say something?
No, I said that's the thing with Liberia, right? Like, you got the guidelines there as a judge. You got the guidelines.
We have a caller here. Samuel.
Yo, Ebi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to be good. What do you have to say with all of the topic that we have discussed? What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think I catch up with three of them. That's the burial of the the late president and first lady, and Thomas Fala and the bomb. I think those were the three topics, right?
Yeah.
Because I had to hop in between. So, okay. So as for the bomb, Jawa, one of the brothers was saying, someone shot people somewhere. Let me tell you, the people in Liberia, they have legalized corruption to such an extent that the people that are in charge of those bad habits are the people that should be fixing it. And the people are the ones that handle the system. Like bro, just like Kuku Jumuku, inside, know. Everybody gets somebody in somebody, working for somebody, connected to somebody. That's why my early made the statement after that Liberia is I think family country or something. So these guys try to play the system. But there's something Liberia not catching from JMB. JMB don't care about trap. He doesn't care if he knows you. JMB wants the system to work. Observe the people that goes to court and goes to jail, or that goes through the legal system. If anybody won't get JMB credit, look at the story of Steve Zago. Steve Zago's story should tell you that JMB is not joking. Maybe JMB somewhere here and there, you can hear their name again. They are probably told that any of them made mistake, they are caught in anything, they will face the law. He's not going to take anyone's responsibility. And you see James Momo today, and like this man, he gone. So, if Fonati thing that CDC says here that they were playing the system, that's the reason why they appointed people in places. So that when they're in opposition, they can use these people. It won't work. They will fire in the red bond. And before they say the case are cartoon case, why are they referring to the lawyer now? They said first the case was a cartoon case. So let them provide the bond. But that case still should have been treated as a domestic terrorism. As a domestic terrorist, that thing you try that thing, any other Western world, any other African country, my brother, you'll not see the day of life. Let's be honest here. What the guys that did is complete terrorism. They sat down the planet, it was intentional. Not a mistake. But let them go through the system.
But you having evidence, you're saying that they got it. No.
My brother, when I say these guys are the people that burn the place.
Who are the people that burn the place?
The people that burn the place, my man, don't be a player in my mouth.
Anyway, let me go to the next one. Let me produce a bond and go to the court, my man. The court will decide. Regarding the, maybe I almost lost my train of thought there. Regarding the late president, you know, one of the brothers said, President Doe killed those people. Even though he died, he never deserved to die that way. I agree with you, my brother. But you see, President Doe, the late, was so corrupt. There's a documentary about President Doe in the American government. Because you know the American government was supporting him heavily. There were two leaders in Liberia that messed up, that spoiled that country. That were Tocqueville and that were Doe. Doe were heavily backed by the American. We all know that Doe did not kill Togo. Togo fighting for Palestinians is why they killed him. The document has been declassified. He was killed by the Mansour, the Israelis. That document has been declassified. But when the American was supporting Doe, they expected Doe to make some changes. The late President Doe. In fact, in that documentary, they say President Doe was so corrupt that the Americans were embarrassed with the level of corruption. To be honest with you. So, like the brother said, why? You mean sometimes ask the question, why we fought the war? Why you kill those people? Why? I would rather us keep those people in prison, seize their properties, auction it, take the money away, and let them go back to being broke and kill them. You can't give life, don't take life. Furthermore, you are now a saint. But again, this is the history that Liberia has made, and this is what we have to live with as a country. We know that this cannot be repeated. And regarding the issue with the same late President Doe, I told people, I said, George, we are not getting sense. No insult to him.
What you call the man?
George, we are
the man get beat sense. They say the man get sense.
If there were any leader that should have brought closure to Liberia war past, it should have been we are. One, according to them, because they get to us that we are supported model. But he hasn't been tested in court, or we haven't seen hard court evidence. Even though we are seeing some evidence when Alexander Kumi's part near him and explain how he brought boat from Africa with gun to the southeast. Those things in the public. Well, everybody know we have to be peace ambassador. Everybody know we have to be soccer, a former soccer legend. This is what we should have done for the sacrifices that the southeastern people put on the land because of him. All those years that they voted for him. Because we did not choose that opportunity to have that wow moment. The Toba family, the only thing we achieved was to help in the execution of the late President Toba's son, because he did nothing when that incident happened. Absolutely nothing. Now JMB, that came from nowhere, now steal the show. And it was good the Omer did this thing.
I did not steal the show.
Let them steal the show from where?
There.
Now the people in Grand General, I think Grand General someone support them in celebrating the first time ever for Lepo to go to, I think we were G, Now look at the people of Grand General coming drive on road. The people in the other time there was a show, I think class reloaded. People were calling from Grand General. They were happy because they say all along they have been every time there's decoration day, though being their late godfather, they don't have any grave to go to. And Joseph Walker has given them that wage. Imagine the former president would have done that. It would have brought a lot of closure to the people of Grand General. But he never did. He never did. These guys will never told that office to steal.
Maybe the man forget.
Everybody get Javi.
My former principal used to say, a concentrated mark can never be disturbed. We had a target. We are a boss target will have to redeem themselves from poverty.
Yeah, but the man was broke. Yeah, but the man was broke. You know, you go get a man power. What you expect the man to do first?
I mean, if I hear America, I'm going to sue. Who get we have power? Even kitchen job, I can go to we are. Before you talk about power, kitchen job. They're tricking in my house and now vote for that man because if I'm going to vote, I'm going to kill it before I talk about my relative.
Okay.
So we are screwed up. The papa steal the show from him. But as those are things would have done that would have at least bring some closure. Look at the face on the Sami Dojian today and George Weah. He came to office. The only thing he had to do was to fire that guy. Now the embarrassment he calls it, oh my, now you go to that kind of person to say, never mind for the loss of your mom. Let me tell you, we are all human beings. Human being hard not get bone, that flesh. So it hurts everyone based on certain things you do to them. So he did not do anything good on our side. As for Thomas Fire, my brother, I don't celebrate politicians when they change side, especially people like Thomas Fire. Thomas Fire wants to run for a senatorial position in Lufa come 2029. Everything Thomas Fire is doing now, Thomas Fire know he can't fight Joseph Baga now. Joseph Baga load a rock. He fought out Thomas Fire will get hurt. Thomas Fire fought out on that rock, he will get hurt. So Thomas Fire is trying to find a way to repair some of the damages he did last year. You know what Thomas Fire did to Joseph Baga? 4 years why Joseph Baga get a half vote. Thomas Fire paid the people $220. My cousin was involved. I'm not telling you they say. He said that people should bring their card, he will keep it. 14 days, he'll give it to them. You know what Thomas Fire did? He took those cards, he kept them and lied to the people that the people that had a card were in Monrovia coming. 2 days after the vote, he called the people to get them back their card. That's the reason why you see Joseph Baga could not get a amount of vote. Another thing they did again, where Jala came from the Bani people era, they did re-registration. So for people that never had an opportunity to register, he gave them the opportunity to register because he knew he was using Jala to convince his people to vote for him. I mean, to vote for CDC. And luckily for them, the game plan worked. So that people like Thomas Farah, I can't celebrate. I bet you, if you bring Satan, you may president tomorrow, Thomas Farah will tell you, say this, the gender or Satan will go for. So you might not waste your time. People like Thomas Farah are hardcore politicians. For me, I don't celebrate them. I think he's talking, we are one low. For me, I let a statement. The agenda of the country should move forward. Labrana belongs to CDC. Let it wait 2029. If we are, God help all we living during that time, let we are come back again and try and look. But I think that in a soft, easy win township, but I ain't the presidency anymore. So yeah, man, I celebrate them for that.
Thank you. Thank you. My friend and brother Zeze, what is your parting statement?
You know, regarding the lawmakers, people be like, oh, the people didn't get evidence. They ain't get evidence. What they fail to realize is this. When even in a civil law code, if you file a lawsuit, the defendant has the option to just file a motion to dismiss. So during those arguments, your point is not there to present evidence. You're just there to present the facts that will convince the judge that the case should move forward. That's what's happening here. So when you see, I wouldn't talk about, oh, the people don't have evidence, they just can't waste our time here. The time will come when you go to what they call discovery in law. When you get a discovery, that's when the lawyers, the defense counsel, will request the evidence that the police get on their clients, and the prosecutor also can request documents from the defense counsel, so that when I will see where the rubber meet the road. But at this initial stage, where they were to the circuit court, the government will not present no hardcore evidence that the media wants so much, and the people who watching the case want so much. When you go to criminal code A, that's when now you're going to see what evidence the government get, because from there, all the hardcore evidence that the prosecutor got, they will start to review them one at a time. You'll see exhibits. So when people talk about people forget to know that they charge these guys with maybe more than 4 different charges. Arson, and they say, oh, okay, what a video that you saw the man putting fire on the Capitol building. Okay, you are not there to put a fire on the Capitol building, but you are a conspirator. That's what they say, criminal conspiracy. You are part of the planning. You discuss it. Criminal facilitation. You facilitated the act to go on. So it's not only because they say everybody talking about arson. No, they charge you with almost 4 or 5 different charges, and one of those charges will catch almost every one of them. So you know, we'll sit down and look at and look at the legal case play out. But AB, it was a good show. I want to say thank you for having me as a panelist on your show. Like I said, I've been watching you over the years, especially before campaign, doing campaign, and right now, the government we supported have come into power, and we are there to checkmate the government and also praise the government for the best thing that they are doing. And I'm very happy with the level of progress that Liberia is making, and I look forward to being a constant appearance on the show. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say thank you to you, Brother Zeze, for taking out the time for you to be able to be one of our panelists. Like for my brother Jared Dudley, if you want to be part of this show, wait for Friday. Friday, we can be able to put the link into the comment sections so that all those that want to be part of this show, so that they can be able to join us. And then from there, our team will be able to vet, as the show going on, our team will be able to vet and be able to add you into our group chat. And from there, then you can be a constant panelist on the show. That's how we can be able to bring some of you guys on board. Whether you are a citizen or you are from whatever political party you may find yourself to be part of, we have a place here for you. You can talk bad about this government. We have a place here for you. You can be a government fanatic. We have a place here for you. But we don't want to make this show here be like une AB, une AB, une AB. This show let it be a diverse mind. It is open to everyone. So must we do?
GGS Production.
Let me recognize a few individuals before we leave the stage. As I said, I don't have a copyright to those music that we are playing here tonight. Thank you ever so much for your brilliant comments. Conan Morgan, thank you. Let me say thank you to Roofling E.N. Shelu. Thank you so much. Let me say thank you to Eugene Herring. Thank you. Samuel Josiah. Thank you. Let me say thank you to Lawyer Mafolo. Thank you. Let me say thank you to the voice of Lakawozu. Thank you. Let me say thank you to my sister Mary Pade. Thank you.